In terms of speaking on audio, that is.
Not on leading dives or talking geology or biology.
Yeah.
I find myself holding my breath a lot because of the mask and the mic.
Yep.
I go on mute to take deep breaths every now and then.
The kind of breathing you do in like like in a scary movie when you're hiding in the closet, somebody broke in. You're like, you don't want to hear your own breath, but you need the oxygen, so it's kind of deep, kind of shallow.
Bridge nav, another step, dark. Same bearing.
Do we think all these little holes that we see could be boring animals or just little gas escapes? I don't really know.
Ellie, you want to do a partial here?
So lithotic crabs are king crabs, distant relatives of hermit crabs in the infraorder Anomera, Mary's telling us. 3 pairs of walking legs behind the pincers. Spider crabs belong to a different infraorder, the Brachyura. So these lithodids are not spider crabs. I misspoke. They have 4 pairs of walking legs, but I see 3 on this one, don't you?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then a pair of pincers. Whoops.
Oh, he's feeding now.
Or was it not? Maybe he was trying to feed?
Just slow motion escape.
So we will call this a king crab, not spider crab.
Interesting.
Cool.
All right. You can come right there, Al.
So maybe all the holes in the ground are just crabs walking around. Crabs.
No, the crab tracks have a different appearance. The holes are real burrows made by somebody underground.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
Kind of a funny looking cucumber. Brown.
Another thorny head. 2 thorny heads.
Ooh.
And maybe a snailfish or something along those lines.
Who are you? Yeah.
Looks like a snailfish, doesn't it?
Al, you want to push in there, please, a little?
You're funny looking.
I
Yep,
like.
they are funny looking.
Ooh, don't fly to the vehicle, friend. Come a little wide, Al. Well, I just gave them a sediment wash. Apologies. I think that was a snailfish, though. Is that correct?
I think that's what I heard.
Yep, snailfish confirmed.
Snailfish are really interesting because they are the deepest living fish that we know.
Oh.
The deepest fish is something like 8,200 and some meters in the trenches, and they are snailfish.
Very cool.
Transparent white fish.
Wow.
And it looks like we're picking up some seagrass, right? Yeah. Possibly Philospadics or something like that. Those types of seagrass have phenols and other compounds that might prevent them from being eaten by the animals down there. So normally something yummy that's food falls to the bottom, there should be animals making their way there. It's interesting, the seagrass is just by itself.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
More trash. Al, you want to do a partial there, please? Some form of plastic.
It's like a cloth, maybe.
Is it like canvas or something?
Maybe. Cloth bag. Some sort.
All right, Al, go ahead and come wide, please.
Any rocks in the sonar?
I'm not seeing, I see just some individual specks coming up, but nothing that makes me feel confident.
Well, if we have to, we can put the experiments on sediment, but I'm feeling like we will get a different, potentially a different community.
We've only had 20 meters of depth change so far, so I think we have a little bit of room.
Oh, that's a shrimp.
Free swimming shrimps. Yeah.
Yeah, video. Can I have another button push, please? Seems like it's falling apart here.
Flashing.
Thank you.
One interesting thing about snailfish, that little one we just saw, besides the fact that they live so deep, is that they tend to lay their eggs in embryos inside other organisms. They can do it in the gills of crabs, into sponges, into xenophyophores.
Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
Wow. That's
And they let the host aerate and protect their embryos.
Ah,
I'm not sure all snailfish do that, but some do that. The most common host is a crab, like the king crab we saw.
so the host doesn't die.
Oh, I don't think so.
Wow.
I just feel like something blocking my gills wouldn't be very comfortable. But then again, I've never had gills, so.
Evolutionarily you did.
Oh yeah, well that's true. Many, many lives ago.
And one more time, Aaron, please.
So would that be considered a parasite to the crab, or
Okay, flashing.
do they get some mutually beneficial?
I sort of doubt there's a benefit to the crabs, but I really don't know.
Raj?
not too high biodiversity here.
Not on the surface. I'm sure there's a lot of animals in the sediment
Yeah.
that we aren't seeing. Oop, a rock. No, no, not a rock.
Is that the
A
Hylonemma
Hylonemma
sponge?
stalk with a couple
Yeah.
of anemones.
Thorny head.
Go ahead, Al. Push on in a bit.
Maybe
Something went away.
swam away, yeah. Nice.
Lisa, do you mind if I just shift this a little bit towards where these contours come a bit tighter together?
Sure.
You want lasers off?
Sure.
Anything we can do to increase the probability of finding rocks would be good.
Okay. All right, Al, go ahead and come wide, please.
Lasers back on.
Roger that. Thank you. Jess, we're going to, and Kylie, we're going to adjust to 095.
095.
095, Raj. Bridge nav. 20 meter step bearing 095. Thank you. You don't mean that. I'll go ahead and
There's
zoom
a
in on
couple of
this guy, please.
sponges on it. Maybe a Venus flytrap anemone.
One tiny rock.
Or maybe 2 anemones. And 1 big sponge.
I couldn't come right out, please.
Does that rock look like anything we're looking for?
It's hard to tell from that small view.
Did you want another shot at it?
Oh, no, it's okay.
No, we're okay.
Thank you,
Gotcha.
though.
Move. We have a lot of terrain to cover on this dive, so.
It had the kind of signature blackish brown outer surface. Kind of in that slab-like structure we were seeing yesterday, characteristic of phosphorites that we were collecting.
We're actually aiming for kind of down here now.
Roger that.
A rock, a single rock.
One boulder of something.
We'll take it.
No, we
Help our
won't.
ballast. Go
No,
ahead
we
and
won't.
push on
Keep
there,
going.
please. Go ahead and push on in there, Al.
See
Bridge nav.
succulents, shrimp,
Another step,
lot of
same
shrimp.
bearing, 095.
several kinds of shrimp.
Yeah,
Sponge,
definitely got some oxide
Tubes.
alteration on the surface of the rock.
All right, go ahead and come right there, Al.
Maybe basalt or sedimentary.
Oh, can.
or trash.
Slope's increasing a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Just wish it was more prominently rocky.
It's a interesting looking rock.
It's a cool rock.
Good layering.
Is that sedimentary that's been
Yeah, that
altered or
bedding.
something?
The bedding is
Al, you gonna do a partial?
makes it look sedimentary.
That's great.
Sponge, anemone.
I'm really starting to dig those dead sponge habitats. They're quite cool.
They are.
Got a lot of stuff in there.
I haven't
Good, come right there, Al.
Almost looks like a pillow basalt or squeezed out.
Yeah, it could be.
You know.
If any of the geologists on board listening on the chat want to give their 2 cents. We've been staring at rocks for the past 8 days, or how many days now?
Can't even keep track.
A week?
6 dives.
We're hearing that that looked metamorphic and sheared from Mark Legg.
Meow. Bridge nav, another step, same bearing.
There's
Fly
a
trap anemone.
Hylanema with 2 types of anemones living on it.
Go ahead and push
the
on in there a
sponge
bit,
is
Al,
gone.
please.
That
They're
is
too
cool.
fat. They're bending
That's
it.
very cool.
You can
Fibers.
see all the fibers,
Yeah.
coming apart.
Very cool.
Nice balance in the between the left and the right sides, like this.
Very artistic
Yeah.
layout.
Beautiful.
All right, go ahead and come right there, Al, please.
Really, the limiting resource here for these animals seems to be a hard place to rest on that's above the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely getting hits off the slope, but no, not helping us find rock.
Yeah, the backscatter was sort of modeled.
Yeah,
It suggested
was.
it should have been at least mixed rock and sediment.
Yeah, I think so. And it does, I mean, pixels are pixels, but it does get a bit whiter here. So maybe hopefully as compared to here where it was quite dark.
See what happens for the next 100 meters or so.
Yeah. Got some rocks coming up here. Yeah, so this is where we're hitting that high slope. So I think this is a good place to check out.
Okay.
But now we're just seeing again individuals, so. What do you think of this? Still not.
This might be okay if there's a set of rocks here. Can we slow down and just look?
Bridge hold position.
You can see pretty good in Argus what you got. The size of the
Thank you.
pile.
Yeah, it looks like a relatively isolated.
Can we pan
pile.
a little? Yeah,
Sure thing.
please.
And we're at 1050 depth, so we've had 50 meters of change.
Some of these look pretty angular.
I don't think there are any of the rock types we're looking for, but I think we could put the experiments out.
Yeah, if you're shooting for the right depth range.
I don't see anything like more extremely promising coming up, but I honestly have no idea.
Here's a couple big boulders. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lindsay's come up to see our rocks.
They're subpar, Lindsay. Try again. Better.
Well, I'm sort of thinking we need to take advantage of this area.
Okay.
Because unless we're
Yeah, look at that layering.
beautiful.
Some of the geologists in the chat are helping us identify these really layered rocks, suggesting that they might be schist.
Go ahead, Al. Push on in,
the
please.
coarse-grained metamorphic rock that can come out in thin, irregular plates like that, or perhaps the volcanic flow, and which could be a metamorphosed oceanic crust. Lots of different possibilities. Not the mineral types we've been looking for, like phosphorites or ferromanganese crusts, but
Go ahead and come a little wide, please. So
gorgeous.
You want to spend some time looking around in this area? I could back the ship up. Give
I
us a little
do,
more.
although it looks like, do we still have some
wide,
red
please.
ahead of us in terms of slope?
Yeah, there is definitely some red ahead.
And could you put the backscatter on just for a
Pull
second?
wide, please,
Sure.
Al. I'm going to zoom out because it's hard to get a perspective with the pixelization.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like we might, I don't know. I was thinking we might still have more rocks, but now it's looking sandy again.
Well, if you look in Argus, you can see there's kind of sporadic.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the rocks we were at? Or
we can. Do you want to? We are actually picking up in the Argus meso now.
more?
Something.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that looks pretty good.
Let's keep looking.
What about, is this again isolated? Yeah, this is looking more promising here for more rocks that are denser together.
Remember the name of that purple urchin?
Oh no, the highly poisonous one. Venomous?
Oh, that's pretty.
That's
Could we
pretty.
zoom in on the sponge with a couple of crabs inside?
Sure thing. Get us over here.
This is looking promising here.
Go ahead, Al.
Beautiful. Wonder what they're doing in there.
Go ahead and drop the lasers there, Kylie.
Taking a nap.
No problem.
Thank you.
Lasers
Well,
off.
there's other crabs in there also.
And some shrimp, maybe? The seafood fest.
All right, go ahead and come wide, please.
So I think what we'd like to do is set these down, if we can find a set of rocks next to each other, like here, maybe like this pile right here,
Okay.
or, anywhere so that things don't end up on sediment. That would be good.
Sure thing. So basically we're right on top of it.
There's about 8 things to put out in each each spot, so we need to be able to accommodate 8 things that aren't sitting right on top of each other.
Roger.
Get out of the way, shrimp.
Ooh, sorry. Moves fast.
Aaron, you want to do a favor?
So like on the rocks,
Aaron, you want to do me a
it's
favor,
fine.
please? Aaron, you want to press tick lock, please? Yeah, do it.
What's our depth? 10,
1039.
39.
Yeah, so it looks like it might be steep, but we can put them on different steps around here.
Yep. Maybe this batch right here.
Okay. I can hop over there.
So Lisa, what was the name of that purple sea urchin?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Terrible with names.
Al, are you full wide right now?
Was it this one?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that looks right. Sure, well. Steve Oskovitz, if you're watching, do you remember the name of the urchin? Or Greg? We collected one a few days ago. I always call them Formosoma, but I don't think it's that.
I can't remember.
All right, Aaron, go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Asthenosoma, Greg wrote.
So
Asthenosoma.
So we can
Thank
put
you, Greg.
some up here. Some here.
Yep.
Reg.
So let's take the ones from the starboard bio box if we can.
Roger that.
You can zoom in on Argus. Al.
I don't know if we want to collect any rocks from here or not, Kira.
Yeah, I don't think so. These all look pretty angular, and
Go ahead, Kylie, switch over
a lot of the
salvos.
descriptions
Switching
in chat
salvos.
Thank you.
have sounded like a different kind of depositional environment than what I'm looking for.
Video, can you
Can't
zoom
hear
on
you.
Argus? Can you zoom on Argus Zeus?
Go ahead and put pop out that box there, please.
I can't. Mic is fine.
All right, Lisa, and then we're just going to take kind of all the wood from these two boxes and the rocks.
Everything in the starboard compartment can come out.
Oh, okay, Raj. Well, that's pretty good for us then.
So there's a marker. That's the big floaty one. It'd be good to put sort of in the middle of everything.
Roger that. Can't find the ties for these guys. Excuse me, Mr. Marker.
I'm hoping somebody put them with the polypro up, available to float up.
Not seeing the polypro on the wood.
There is some, right?
There
Yeah, I think
definitely is
it's
some,
to
yeah.
the back edge of the box.
Oh.
Looks like it's pressed against the box there.
Roger that. I had to do some wood rustling here.
I mean, you can pick up the wood by the ends if you want.
Roger that.
There's also a netting around it, so sometimes you're able to grab,
It'll break
yeah.
if it was picked up by the netting, I think.
I thought we were
Got it.
carrying it by the netting. But maybe
Well,
you're right, if it's just a few little
There's
pieces.
just a little bits. She's got it. So that's either
That's
Wood.
SCBW6.
wood
All right,
6.
Kylie, go ahead. Thank you. I'll work my way over that way. Somewhere by this anemone up here, would that work for you there, Lisa?
I mean, not too close to the anemone. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But wait, anywhere on rock is good.
Roger that. Put this guy here.
That's fine.
Raj.
Does the polypro not seem like it's not floating?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been floating for...
It's odd. Okay.
Go ahead, Kylie.
Switching a sample.
I forgot, last time did we give them their own sample numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. Each.
Oh,
No, we did not.
They have their own tags on them, but no, they weren't logged as samples. I just put them in the notes and observations.
But you should record them. They just don't get a ship sample number.
Right.
They get our sample numbers.
Okay.
Got them.
Scrub.
That should be our phosphorite one.
Did you see so which wood was that?
That was W6, and this should be phosphorite 1, PR1.
I could have sworn I saw her pull a carbonate out.
That's a little piece of porch rock.
Okay,
Right.
Kylie, go ahead and switch over.
We get a look at the tag.
Okay.
It looks like SCB PR1.
Okay.
Is PR for porch rock?
No, it's for phosphorate.
Oh.
I want it to be portrait.
It can be.
It can be for both.
Yeah.
All right, and any wants or anywhere?
Yep, just just spread them around in close proximity, like a quarter meter apart.
Roger that.
That's fine. You can drop it there and we'll find it. For the dark rocks, it's good to put them somewhere really obvious so they don't look like they belong there.
Raj.
That's fine where you had it.
Okay.
Actually, it was better high up, so I guess we'll find it. We'll see that. Yep.
Roger. Let me know if you guys want me to do some shifting around too. Always happy to. Go ahead, Kylie, and switch it over, please.
Yep. Sample.
Roger that.
It'll be interesting. We're coming back in 11 months, which isn't a lot of time in this realm where everything happens slowly.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we get in the way of colonizers. The oxygen here is about, I think, 14, the corrected oxygen. It's hard to read. Can you read that? Is it 14 micromolar?
Use the mouse. We can open that one a little bit.
4.4%.
Current is
13.3.
13.3.
And remind me the type of wood we're using, Lisa?
This is Douglas fir, untreated. We try to keep the wood consistent in all our experiments, and Doug fir lives in a lot of places, including off the U.S. West Coast, I think.
Okay.
Kylie, prepare us to secure the starboard thruster, vertical thruster.
Sure. Relay
Um,
isolation SV CMD.
Yeah.
All right, securing
Oh,
now.
two
Oh,
for
you don't
one.
have to secure it. I just,
Oh.
Back
yeah.
on.
Back on, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. I was just concerned that was going to fly into our thruster.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
You can set that wood a little ways away from the other wood. That'd be great.
Roger that.
You know, maybe closer to the rock
Kylie, go ahead and
that you
switch,
just
please.
put out. That's fine, anywhere there. Yeah.
That's W5.
That's W5, yes.
Go ahead, Kylie.
Yeah, this guy hasn't been working it today.
So wood is a common occurrence on the deep sea floor, and there are all kinds of animals that have evolved to take advantage of it, especially wood-boring bivalves in the family Xylophaga, or genus, I should say, Xylophaga. There's a shallow group called teredos that also bore into wood, known as shipworms. But they are one of the groups that grow fast and reproduce fast in the deep sea, so it would not be uncommon for them to find this wood and colonize tomorrow. You know, the larvae would settle and start eating away, and when we come back in 11 months, we could possibly find the wood completely eaten, or at least find these shipworms already there and reproductive.
So do they eat other things and then they just opportunistically prefer wood when they find it, or they really
No,
sit around here
they are
waiting?
wood specialists with
Hi, Tyler.
special microbes in their gut that can digest cellulose, so they have symbiotic microbes. And wood is their thing.
It just seems like this far offshore, it'd be hard to get a sunken log to the seafloor, but it must happen.
I think it does happen periodically. We are a bit far, but not that far, 40 miles.
This will be the snack they've been waiting hundreds of years
So
for.
is this our ferromanganese nut rock? I can't
Yes, this is FM1.
Is that too close to the wood, or do you want it a little further? Right
It's
here?
okay.
Roger.
That was a rock we got from San Juan Seamount. There's a porphyritic basalt with a nice thin, very thin, about 2 millimeter thick ferromanganese crust growing on the outside.
Go ahead, Kylie.
We cut it in half and then into quarters and donated 2 pieces to this colonization experiment. So lucky that we found it out there on San Juan Seamount.
What I really hope is that big anemone there, which looks like a giant mouth, doesn't eat all the larvae before they have a chance to settle on the experiments.
It's a big fly trap anemone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some serpulids. There's other things around that could be producing settlers.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a carbonate rock now?
Yep. And this should be CR5 or CR6.
Go ahead, Kylie, please. Somewhere up here? Would that be all right? Or is that a concern for
That's
rolling?
okay. No, that's okay.
Roger.
And then maybe the other carbonate could go
Down and to the left?
forward, closer to us.
Roger that.
Like right there on this rock.
Sure thing.
Which was that carbonate rock?
Oh yeah, could
Label?
we zoom in on the label for that carbonate rock?
Oh,
When
sure.
you can. We just
Go ahead, Dal, and push on in there, please. Hopefully it's legible. If not, we can look at the second one.
And then to the white rock.
Yeah.
the one to the right a little bit.
Yeah, that's the full right that I have there, unfortunately, on the pan and tilt.
Oh, okay.
Well, we could just see the other label, and it's either...
Oh yeah, we'll know from the other one.
Doesn't look
Kylie,
like
you wanna
there's
switch,
anything
please?
written on there.
Yep.
Did
I
it
think
come off?
It might be rolled over. Like I think
Well, usually it should be written on both sides, so I don't know if maybe the
We
marker
definitely
came
did.
off. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely labeled last night when I was putting them away.
It's curled on the inside, I think.
It's all right. We'll see the other one and use the process of elimination.
Science.
I'm coming out, Jess.
Good. Ooh, don't take the box with me. Come on.
Nice.
That was Bob's technique. Pull the box, dump it out.
Oh, that's right. I heard.
I don't know that it was his favorite, but he did it.
Yeah, like none of the Poly Pro is really available towards the top of the inserts. So we made do.
Can we see the number on that one?
Sure thing. Kylie, you want to come switch it, please?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's all curled
It's all
up.
crumpled. Go ahead and push on in there,
5?
please, Al.
It's either 5 or 6.
This is the upside down label.
That's
That's 5. Yep,
So
so the other
5.
one's 6.
Always got to have one upside down label.
Just to keep you on your toes.
Are you guys happy with that then?
Yes.
Okay, great. Come on there, Al, please.
Thank
so
you.
It should be CB5 and CB6.
Yes, correct.
CR.
CR.
For carbonate
Okay.
rock.
Got it.
All right. And then Lisa, you sit around here.
Okay, up higher on the, let's see.
You want to use your pointer?
I think the rock, I was thinking of this rock right here.
Oh, Raj.
Or it could be this rock right here. I can't tell if it's the same rock.
It looks like.
Anywhere forward, somewhere between the one end or the other end of the arrow, whatever you can do.
Roger. We can do both. This one down here it looks like it's going to slide to me, but I'm not sure.
Slide off, you mean?
Yeah,
Well, then use this spot.
Raj. And if not, I guess I can get caught by the one below it.
Never know. If it's a strike slip fault, like the geologists are hoping they'll all tumble down in an earthquake.
Oh, no.
I mean, sorry, that's not funny, but
Ever the optimist there, hey?
possible.
Go ahead, Kylie.
And then we can get the station marker in the middle. That would be great.
Roger that.
I think we got everything out, right?
Yeah.
Except the station marker.
Yep.
And we're going to deploy one of the bait traps here as well.
Oh, yeah, bones. We forgot about the bones.
Swing and a miss.
It's like a balloon.
A deceptive balloon.
Greg screams, bones.
Bones. They're coming, Greg. If you have a particular place you want them, let us know.
Ooh,
Here's a friend.
Just checking
Checking
out our
us out.
What do you
experiments
think you're
already.
doing?
We have not seen that kind of fish. If anybody,
I don't think it's a sablefish, although it's the right color.
That's cool.
All right, Kylie, you can
The
go ahead and
nose
close up
looks
those
wrong.
boxes, please.
Sorry, say that again?
Go ahead and close the boxes,
Oh,
please.
okay. I'm going to take sample view back if you don't mind. Sorry.
Oh, actually, you can just use the starboard biocams that come up there. Go ahead and go back to the dive salvo if possible.
There you go.
Thank you.
Steve thinks sablefish. The nose looks so pointy to me. But the color's right, the size
Sample
is
trays
right.
in.
Roger that, thank you. So we basically wanted this where the tail of this fish is, correct?
Yeah. But we still have bones to put out too, so, but that's a nice middle location.
Reg.
Maybe he eats wood.
Greg is saying the wood, or the
In front of the wood
bones
block.
can go in front of the wood blocks.
He touched his tail.
Excuse him. Wow, he just really stirred up our viz. Didn't mean to touch him.
He tickled him.
Just want to get this off. Doo-doo-doo.
Erica is saying, yeah, that was a sablefish.
Okay. I have had sablefish stir up sediment intentionally on our dives. This one might have done the same.
Do we need to know what that marker said?
Was it 22?
That was SCB 22.
Yeah, go ahead and push on in there quick, Al. Yeah, click 22 for you guys.
Thank you.
Come wide, please. That give us enough time to see if that clears up our porch? Yeah, it does. Kylie, is the porch light on there?
So Greg, I didn't see any numbers on your bone baskets. So we just record it as bones.
Kylie, you want to open up the tool tray a bit, please?
Sure.
Maybe like 3
Tool
bumps
tray
out.
out. Bump. Bump.
That's good.
Oh, bump. Sorry.
You're good. Makes it a little bit easier to grab this guy.
Greg said just forward of the wood.
Okay, go ahead and close it up there, Kylie.
Sure. Tool tray
Thank
in.
you. And just forward of the wood?
Yeah, in front of the wood. So I guess the wood that's right behind you right now. Yeah.
So here-ish?
I think so.
Roger that.
Greg, if you want it somewhere else, let us know.
I think he also said sediment was fine.
Greg is saying that's
He
fine.
said that's fine.
It looks like from the slope, this might roll. If I were to set it down here. Yeah, that would be the strike of the slope there.
Is there a place to wedge it where it might not roll around?
Yeah, let's find a good spot.
I mean, sometimes animals come and pull on it.
Maybe up by this little boulder here. It's a little bit close to that anemone, though. I'm not sure if there's a preference about.
He wants it upright.
At the limit of my joints there, actually. It's unfortunate.
Could it go on the other end of that big flat one where the carbonate rock is? Or is
Good.
that on the upper like tabletop rock?
Right there, maybe?
Yeah, that's a bit out of our joint limits, but we can go over there. What about this
what,
spot?
Jessica, if you see something that looks like it would be stable, it's fine.
I'm thinking on this spot right here, there's a rock. As long as we land it properly, there's a rock that could hold it up. Let's see. No, maybe not. We can also try this one below the carbonate rock here. This might look like a flatter ledge.
Greg suggesting behind the rock near the anemone. Not sure, the big anemone maybe. Does that seem, that looks like a bit of a slope, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's go back up behind that flytrap anemone.
Roger that.
Take a look at least if there's a, could we zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, we can wedge it back there. I'll just have to reposition, but that works out for me.
So he's probably thinking behind that rock. Yeah.
Raj.
I'm pretty sure that the other deep set of experiments on San Juan were also in a mixed sediment and rock area.
Yeah.
A little bit like this.
Go ahead and push another bit, please, Al. Thank you.
Up, closed up.
Doesn't seem like this is very stable either for this bucket.
Well, if it got moved back a little tiny bit, would it have the base wedged in? I don't know. I think that's the key thing, is getting the base down flat. Yeah, like that.
Better.
That looks good. Greg, what do you think? He says it looks fine if we can leave it there.
Roger that.
Right? Can you? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, trying to relieve tension on it. And all right, it's probably a bit better there.
Mary is asking if we can get a zoom in on that big shrimp near the bait.
Where is it?
Oh, bottom, that hiding behind that rock?
Yeah. Is that a shrimp to the right?
See an anemone, but
We can push in there a bit there, Al, and then maybe they'll see the shrimp.
Tilt down, please.
Is it down?
Down. Tilt that. There we go.
is it a problem, Greg, that the basket is right next to this flytrap anemone?
Yeah, it's touching it. It's leaning against it.
It made it close it up.
Mm-hmm.
Close up.
Oh, and it's moving.
It is moving, yeah.
Oh.
Do you want me to pick it up and put it somewhere else?
Let's see what Greg wants to do. I mean, I'm not sure there's a flat spot unless we dig a hole for it.
Oh, getting creative.
We're going to wedge it in?
Yeah.
Here, I thought you were collecting a rock for Kira.
Once they're able to see, I'll set it down there.
Greg thinks the anemone will move away, but we'll see. I bet it's still there when we get back. Well, that tells us that it's a little bit rolly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building a barricade.
Yeah, do we want to
She's
keep
trying.
this guy here, or do we want to move him somewhere else?
I think if that anemone does go away, it will roll. The
Yeah.
bucket will roll.
Unless there's a rock blocking its way,
True.
which is what Jessica is trying to do.
Yeah, they're all
No,
rolling too
okay.
much.
Let's look for another spot.
Roger that.
Unless, Greg, you want us to leave it here. Wait, why don't you wait 1 second and let's see what he says.
Are the crabs already checking it out?
Oh yeah.
They come fast.
Wow.
I could probably put maybe 1 or 2 more rocks there, and that
Greg
might-
said no, it looks unstable.
You
So
can almost
let's
like
go ahead and move it.
put it in that well that you've made. That rock is
Ooh.
going to stay there.
That's a good point.
Unless the crab gets there first.
Yeah, the crabs are incredible. They arrive so fast.
Sorry.
Oh, just kidding, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you don't get that.
He's ready. I'm watching you.
Psych.
Where are you gonna go?
All right, so Aaron had a good suggestion of maybe we can put it down in the well that we just created here.
You mean where you took the rocks from?
Yeah, is that too sedimenty?
He said sediment was okay. I don't know if it can be covered in sediment, but
Well, it'll go away. There's a shrimp just swam off.
Would you like me to try that?
Try that.
Roger that.
now he's gonna turn and come for the bones on Herc.
He said it just can't be buried.
Al, you want to come full wide real quick on? Thank you. Let me see if
I
my
was
arm-
after the
Oh my
other
gosh.
basket.
He's on the basket.
Yes?
Yeah, he's.
My goodness. Well, there's nothing left there for him.
Well, there's the other bait trap.
Oh. Oh, he's on that path.
Yes, you see him in the bubble cam?
Yes, he's after the rest of the bait.
What about over here? Past Mongo there? Give me this rock.
Give it a try. We just have to make a little map so we know where.
Take an image before we go.
Yeah, I'm getting lots of screen grabs.
Thank you.
It's probably the most stable thing we've seen, for this
Okay.
bucket.
Let's
Yeah.
try that.
Could we also put a rock in front of it?
Sure. See if this will be better if I wedge it into this. And come wide there, please, Al.
Do we have the bones on our deployment map?
Yeah. It was top left.
Oh, bone baskets. So which one did we
Or
take?
was
I think
it-
they're identical. They don't have tags.
Yeah, we took
or
the one
maybe
on the
top
right.
Yeah, right.
Come wide, please.
Greg is saying it still looks a bit precarious.
but the rocks might help.
Come wide, please. Go ahead, Al. Thank you.
Oh, it's an experiment.
You just picked up an experiment?
I think I just saw a tag on it.
What?
You
Maybe
sure?
it was, no, I'm not sure. I just saw a bit of weight.
I thought this was kind of away from the other.
It might have been the white on the manipulator. You
That's
see
it.
it
Oh, okay.
bubble?
Okay, carry on. Yeah, you're good. Sorry.
That's okay. Better safe than sorry.
I think you just saw a brittle star.
Yeah,
Hopefully that's not our experiment.
it's not. That's not our experiment.
Well, that's not where I wanted it to go. Well, we can try maybe wedging it into this little hole that we've made, or I'm
I
sure
don't know.
Craig's-
I mean, I feel like doesn't.
From bubble view, it looks pretty level. It's like straight above it.
Yeah.
I
Sort
guess-
of up to Greg. What do you want us to do? Try to find another place or
Yeah, you want
try
to
to
put us
pile
back?
more rocks? The rocks are on a slope, so they may
Oh, you
continue
want
to
to? Our
fall
dive
down.
salvo went weird. Okay, it's fine.
I mean, I'm curious if he says he's happy.
He's happy with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he want any more rocks, or is he okay with this?
He says it's okay. If it does roll, we'll find it.
Roger that. Well, if it rolls, then hopefully it falls onto the...
Hopefully it stays there.
Can we look at the colonization experiments for a photo?
Sure. Go ahead and push on in there, Al.
The non-bone.
Yeah, the non-bone.
Oh,
Let's get a
Raj.
good bone picture.
Yep.
And also a zoomed out one so we have a good context picture.
I've been getting lots of photos of context.
Get a good overview of the whole site.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would be good to draw a map, I suppose, which I haven't done.
Do you want to go in a little closer on the bones?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I feel like it is gonna... There's not as much contact there as I was expecting.
Yeah, one end's hanging off, but it's still more stable than anything else she tried.
Yeah.
I mean, the question is when the crab